Barbara Detta, high performance coach, founder of Beyond Stretch. Today I would like to share with you what I wish I knew when I was an athlete and growing up with mentality of wanting to be a professional athlete, only made it to semi-pro, but now I work with the great professional, if not the best athletes in the world. I wish I knew what they know because of me about one of the most important systems in the body. We know that systems in itself are significant in order to be successful. We need to have a preparation, right, which is a system. We gotta have a system of recovery. We gotta have a system of some kind of a studying, depending on our field. We gotta have systems in place to have everything organized in order to get to the next level. Without system, without preparation, we may go for a while somewhere, but then we will crash, or it will become just so much harder, and we may gain a little bit of benefits and then we will plateau. It doesn't matter if it's physical or mental gain. So having a system in your life, whatever you do, is essential. But I'm not going to speak about any business systems. I want to speak about one of the most important yet neglected biological systems every one of us has in the body. Not just professional athletes, but you, the mother, you, the young teenager, you, the policeman, you, the firefighter, and each one of you that I have not mentioned about. All of you have a system that is very essential for our daily movement and that allows us to prevent any pain, any, mental actually and physical. The system that I'm dragging for the last few minutes about is the system that I want you to really start paying attention to that changed me professionally and personally. Today I will not share with you the story of how I became a fascia stretch expert, one of many things I do right now in my business and my professional life, but it really helped me to serve athletes better, to teach them how they should understand the movement and how they should connect one muscle with another while they're training for power, for speed, for mobility, flexibility. Sometimes they get injured and we start paying attention to different joints that are adjacent or maybe above or below their injury. And the system that does all of it and really correlates things and makes sense out of all of it that I mentioned is a fascia system. That's the system that has been neglected. Many talented researchers have started to share a lot of information on it. But unfortunately, do you know what? Not a lot of them really share too much. And we don't know their websites. We don't have the time to go to their conferences that happen maybe once a year, or maybe they're international. It's hard to sometimes get the information that is so valuable to your personal health. So today, again, I want to give you another tip of how to take care of the fascia system and how to pay attention to it once you're training, or maybe once you're recovering from a training or from injury. Maybe you've been hospitalized because you just had a hernia. Not a big deal, they say, right? Well, but it's in your abdominal area, and if there is a scar tissue, that affects the fascia. And if that affects the fascia right here, it potentially can transfer into your hip flexors that are so essential for back pain or for the back health. They're so essential actually for your knee stability, for the mobility of your hips, because the fascia connects through the abdominal down to the leg to the bottom of the foot. And not just one line. There are several that are going from the foot all the way up. I'm going to show you two today. Two of the probably most neglected on a daily basis while walking. Superficial front line. Let me again use my very expensive tool. to show you how it flies and why it's so important to know about. Excuse me, I'm under the weather, I think. So I just put it over my toes because that's how the line starts. So I will bend forward and I'll show you it goes on the top of my toes, on the front of my shin, on the top of my quad, on the abdominal area, through my chest, and to the side of my neck. That's one fascia line. It's a pretty long line, right? From the bottom of your foot to the top or side of your neck. So now imagine you have a headache, a neck pain, and you're starting to popping the pills like crazy and you think it's gonna help you. Do you know what? The fascia needs proper nutrition to be pliable, flexible, and make sure that everything is fluid in your body. But it doesn't react very well with medication. It doesn't react very well with adhesions that are happening. Maybe sometimes because you have a not so cool and you didn't really stretch properly, or you possibly didn't get a little bit of a massage or myofascial release with one of those tools that could help that particular place. But if you have a neck pain, can you see how that could actually penetrate to the chest, to the abdominal, all the way down towards your foot if you don't take care of it? Pretty much the pain penetrates. Excuse me, penetrates all the way throughout your body. The reason I'm speaking about the front superficial fascia line is because a lot of us today, in the world that we live in, full of electronics that we love, in the position of being forward. So again, we'll put it right here. Forward, I'm really keeping everything forward. If my line is not strong enough, the front, to keep me straight. But now this front superficial line has a back superficial line that balance it. So both of them need to be flexible and strong. It goes from the back from the bottom of your foot, through your Achilles tendon, through your calf, your hamstring, yes indeed, your extensor in your back, and watch this. All the extensors, and it goes all the way through your neck to the front, to your eyebrows, literally your eyebrows. I know I look pretty ridiculous right now, but that's how it goes. So now, if this is tight, watch what it's doing to you. Pulls you back. Do you see sometimes people walking like that? I do. They should stretch the back superficial line, and they should strengthening the front superficial line. So now, if it is the other way around, right? If the front is now being tight, it's pulling you forward. That's tight, then I need to stretch my front superficial line, and I gotta strengthening my back superficial line. I believe that makes sense. It's the easiest way I can show it to you and share with you how valuable it is to pay attention just to two superficial lines in our body. And again, if the front is tight, it's pulling us forward. Have you seen this position before? Typing, being on a phone, being in front of TV, sitting sloppy on the couch. I see it every day. Not just with professional athletes. I see it with my clients that are not professional athletes. I see it around me when I go out to a restaurant. Sometimes I catch myself laying down or sitting on a sofa in a sloppy position, and right away it hits me. I said, within a half an hour probably, I will feel really bad. I want to change the way how I sit. And it's very easy to forget about this. I know that. But if we will learn and will be more aware of this fascia system, you will start catching yourself how important it is on a daily basis of what we do and what you need to do to be out of pain, have more energy in your body, because you can imagine if some of your muscles are tight through the connective tissue fascia, it doesn't matter where they're coming from, it possibly means you are dehydrated. There's some amino acids missing in your connective tissue. Yes, it needs amino acids. Some of them we produce, some of them we need to source out and absorb them. We need some protein. That's why they're so essential in our diet. We need to do a lot of things to keep that connective biological tissue healthy so we can feel better, more energized, and open up to really have a successful and enjoyable day. So every system matters in the body and whatever we do in our life. But fascia system can only help you and support any other system you build upon that. I hope it makes sense. I hope you enjoyed that little education. But if you want to know how I created very simple routine on the front and back fascia line, watch the video that comes right after this, because it shows you one of many routines I created in my DVD for growth and flexibility that will actually show you why I speak about the front fascia line, superficial fascia line, and the back superficial line as the first two lines that I call a core lines, as the most important to stretch before you move forward to the other ones that are out there, and there's plenty of them. So watch it, perform at least 3 times per week. If you can, do it every day, because that routine will take you less than 5 minutes. Do it for yourself and for the people that are around you that need you to keep you healthy. So stay healthy, stay full of energy, with a smile on your face, keep that joy, and bring some happiness to the people that are around you. Have a blessed day, and I will see you again soon. Now we are starting your core routine. I'm going to stand next to Will because there's first part of it that I really want to emphasize, and then I will go to my mat and we both will be performing the routine for you. So Will is going to start on all fours, and he is going to start pelvis mobility. Start gentle curl and arch. So this is the only part of his body that's really creating the curl and arch. Curl and arch. Try to completely deactivate rest of your back. I only want to warm up the pelvis. Perform 5 times and try to breathe on each time you're moving your pelvis up and down. So now exhale, exhale again, inhale in between the transition. I hope that that makes sense. Now I will go to my mat. We are going to do full curl and arch of the back. We will start with curl. Head goes towards the pelvis. We're curling our lower back. Exhale. Now arch your back and drop your lower back, chest forward. And again, exhale, curl. Exhale, arch. And again, exhale, curl. Exhale, arch. I really want you to pay attention how close the pelvis in the curl come close with the head, and I don't want you to sit on your heels, as people may think that that will generate the proper mobility. It really all stays almost in the same place. It's just curling and arching. Well, let's do it one more time. Let's curl and arch. Now we will move to shoulder drops. Gently drop them down and come up. Drop them down and come up. As you are doing it, I would like you to avoid bending your elbows. So again, elbows locked, drop your shoulders down and move them up, drop them down and move them up. Now we'll move to full back circles. Well, we'll start with the curl again. Curl and arch. Curl and arch. So entire back is getting great mobility. Let's change the direction, Will. One more. Now I want us to tuck toes under and go to downward dog position. Heels as much as you can down to the ground. Shoulders pressed down to the ground as well. Now if you can, put your feet together and go on your toes. From there, bend your knees and hug them with your chest. Then go back on your toes and drop your heels down. Pressing your hands down again. Let's do it 2 more times. Lift up your heels. Bend your knees. Curl your lower back. Go back on your toes and drop your heels down. And 1 more time. Go on your toes. Bend your knees. Curl your lower back. Now extend your knees again. And drop your heels down. Let's walk a little bit. Well, I want the calves to really get as much flexibility as possible. Now from here, I will take a step forward to get to the hip flexors, and in the opposite way, I will stretch my hamstrings. Will actually stay in the upright position for less flexible of you guys. And you will see him moving forward, leaning forward, stretching his hip. And on the way back, he will point his heel down and toes up to the sky. So again, the movement will go like that. For most flexible people who want a little bit more stability in the upper body and can stay in this position while they're moving it, please stay with me. We'll do it 5 times on this side before we'll switch. Ready, Will? Go forward and switch to your hamstring. Exhaling forward, stretch your hip and go back. 3 more times. Exhaling forward and go back. 2 more times and go back. On the way forward, make sure that your upper body is nice and tall and go back. Now we'll transition into our abdominal because that's one of the parts that is still left in the front superficial line. We are on our forearms, and what I would like you to do is just shift your weight side to side. You will feel your abdominal or your obliques stretching. As you shift your weight, put more pressure on that side. Now I want you to shift your weight on the left forearm, and on exhale, I want you to reach with your right hand forward and diagonally. Reach, 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 and come back. We'll do it 4 more times on this side. Ready? Inhale, exhale, reach your right arm forward and diagonally. And again, exhale, reach. And 2 more times, deep inhale, exhale, reach. And 1 more, deep inhale, exhale, reach forward and diagonally. And let's do it on the left side. I know we didn't perform our hip and hamstring flexibility on the other leg, but I want to make sure that you will do both of the sides. So let's move on exhale, left arm forward. and reach diagonally. All the obliques are stretching, and let it go. 4 more times, deep inhale. Exhale, reach forward diagonally and relax. 3 more times. Reach forward and diagonally. Let it go. 2 more times. Deep inhale. Reach on exhale. And last time. Deep inhale. Exhale. Reach forward and diagonally. That would cover your front superficial and back superficial line, which I decided to call for you your core lines that are mandatory for you to perform before any other fascia lines that you are going to perform 3 times per week.